I just figured out that I can pause the recording. Okay, so we're in the top of the 5th inning. Don Hahn flat out to right. Mudcat Grant flat out to right as well. And on Seaver, I was looking at the wrong guy. It was a righty. So it was a 4 under Seaver against a righty, a 4-6, and that's going to be a single from Mudcat. So we're going to have to clean that up. It's actually the second single from Mudcat in this game. Comes off Seaver's card, which is kind of bizarre. So he's on at first, and here comes Maury Wills. So we're going to go back one, and it's going to be a single. And Maury Wills, pitch from Tom Terrific. It's 1-0 Mets. That's a 5. And an 11, that's a fly ball to center field. Drifting under it is the center fielder, Agee, makes the catch. And here comes Gary Sutherland. Pitch from Terrific. That's going to be off Sutherland's card, a 2 and a 5, and that's bounced to short. Harrelson scoops it over to first, and that retires the side. So no runs. On 1 hit and 1 left, we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Now I know this is half a game because the first few innings I used to test the new system I'm using. And I think it's okay now. If you have any comments, just let me know. Still get the best of the playing field, right? The dice rolling and the cards, but you also get the batters who are coming up. And let me see, it was Sutherland who grounded out to short. And then you're going to get the pitcher and his ERA and his innings pitched. You're also going to get the scoreboard, which is something that I'd wanted to do for a long time, but I did not want to do it hard copy manually. I wanted to just have it done automatically. I feel that certain things kind of get in the way. I'm struggling a little bit inputting the data both in the scorecard and inputting the data again into the PC replay game, so you can see, you can see the game as it goes on. So I'm going to have to get used to that. It just takes a little bit getting used to. So this is to make it a little bit more informative, so you know where we're at, you know how many hits and errors and who's pitching and so on and so forth. All right, so here's Buddy Harrelson leading off against Mudcat Grant. Mudcat can go 5 as a starter, so he's already gone 5. Oh, he's in his 5th inning. So that's going to be a 5 and a 5 against Buddy, who is a switch hitter, so he'll be batting lefty. A 5 and a 5 is a fly ball, a drive to center in the gap, and running it down nicely is Don Hahn. So F8, 1 out. Here's Tom Terrific. Tom Terrific with a pitcher hitting 1 card. And that's going to be off Terrific's card, a 2 and an 8. That struck him out for out number 2. And then it's Tommy Agee. Tommy Agee's 0 for 2. He struck out and flied out today. That's going to be a 5. That's going to, on Grant, 5 and an 8. And that'll be, base hit. So he lines one to left center field for a 2-out single. So Agee's on. And that's going to bring up Rod Gasper. Switch hitter. So he's batting from the left side against Grant, and this is going to be off of Gasper. A 5, and that's bounced to second base. Scooped up by Sutherland. Throws to Bob Bailey. Beetle Bailey. And that retires the side. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left, and we move to the top of the 6th inning. We got a good game here. It's 1-0. Tom Terrific. Here's Rusty Staub leading it off for the Montreal Expos. We're at Shea Stadium, beautiful downtown Queens, New York. 20 minutes from Manhattan. That's a 1 on Rusty's card. A 1 and a 3 is going to be a diamond shot, so it's a deep drive to the opposite field. And Rusty's driving it deep here, and we're going to have to check and see what we got. We got a 15. I don't know if that's going to do it. He is a lefty. A lefty at is 1-9, so that's going to be caught. That's going to be caught to the right fielder. So not to left field, not to the opposite field, but to right field. So kind of an opposite situation where the one chart says one thing and the other chart says something else. But it makes more sense to be to righty because he is a lefty. All right, here's Mac Jones. 1 out. Pitch from Terrific, and that is off Terrific. He is a lefty, so it's a 5 and a 3, and that's a pitcher X rating 1. Seaver is going to be an E13. He is a 3 E13. And we rolled a 4. And a 4 will be, we're going to look at E13. We're going to roll 2d6. And it is a 9, and that's going to be a ground ball that Seaver fields cleanly. Actually, Terrific. I was looking at the wrong pitcher. Seaver's a 1. He's a batting 1 and a pitcher 1, so that doesn't matter because I rolled the 4. Yep. Okay. And he is an E11. Okay, I got to make sure I'm looking at the right guy. All right. So that is a bouncer right back to the mound. And it's Bailey. Up, Bob Bailey. Bob Beetle Bailey. And that's going to be a 6 against a righty, a 6 and a 10, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. So he's a 2, Harrelson is a 2 and something else. Harrelson's a 2 and 2E27. Alright, 2E27, and let's see, we roll a 3. And a 3 is going to be a ball that he gets to. Nice play by Harrelson. He throws out Bailey to retire the side. All right, 3 up, 3 down at the top of the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit there. No runs, no runs. Okay. So, bottom of the 6th. So, Mudcat Grant reached his point of weakness so far. Kenny Boswell's going to lead off. And that's going to be a 6. Boswell's a lefty, a 6 and a 5, and that is fly ball to left field towards the line. And moving over is Mac Jones, and he makes the catch, 1 down. Up next is Cleon Jones. He's 1 for 2 today. Oh no, he's 0 for 2 today. That's a 1 and a 7, and that's going to be ball 4. So Jones walks, and that counts against Mudcat Grant. Ed Charles is next. I'm going to try a hit and run with Ed Charles. Ed Charles is a D hit and run guy, but he's going to try it here, and that's an 8. Hit and run. An 8 hit and run with a D. Batter misses pitch, roll 20-sided die for steal results. Oh boy. So Cleon Jones. His steal rating. I like to use advanced steals. Let's see if I can figure it out off the top of my head. You gotta roll 2d6s. Or you roll it. I don't understand this one. Can't remember what this is. Okay, so I'm just going to go with B stealing. I'll have to reread it. I haven't played this in a while. B stealing and B stealing is 1 to 13. He was held on, so we'll make it 1 to 11. But we rolled a 13. So he is out at second base. So that's going to be a 2. He's a righty, so it's going to be a 2-4 caught stealing. And he's still batting. So there goes Charles. There goes Jones to throw down, and they got him 2-4. So Charles missed the pitch. That's why he's a D. Not a good guy to do this. All right. So he's still at bat. And that's going to be a 4 off of Grant, a 4 and an 8, and that's going to be a bouncer to first. Bob Bailey in front of it steps on the bag ahead of Charles, and that retires the side. All right, we're in the top of the 7th inning. I'm going to push both these starters to go as long. If you watch my streams, you know I try to push my starters when possible. Okay, not always possible. Here's Seaver against John Bateman. It's a 1 and a 4, and that's going to be a home run, 1-15. That's a drive, and this ball is gone into the parking lot. Game is tied, so Seaver gives up a home run to John Bateman, tying up the game here in the top of the 7th inning. So we got a good ball game going, 1-1, and we'll count that out again. We rolled a 1 against a righty, and that's going to be a 1-15 home run. Look at that, John Bateman. Bateman had 8 home runs and 235 at bats. Hits one here against probably the best pitcher in baseball. Here's Coco Boy. And that's going to be a 1 and a, that's ball 4. So Seaver has been shaken a little bit, and out to talk to him is going to go Jerry Grote. Jerry Grote, an excellent catcher who handles pitchers expertly. So he is the type of catcher that you want for a young and up-and-coming staff like the Mets have here in '69 with Kuzman and Matlack coming up and Gary Gentry and so on. So it's going to be Don Hahn, and we're going to let him bat. And that is a 1 and a 9, and that is a pop-up to the middle infield, backing up on the outfield grass, and it's Boswell with the catch. And here is Mudcat Grant now, and we're going to roll to see who it's off of, and it is going to be off Mudcat's card, and that's a 5, and that'll be a strikeout. That'll end the inning. 1 run. So did I do LeBoy walk? No, I did. I forgot to do that. LeBoy walk and the pop 4, and then we got the strikeout. Wait a second. There's only 2 outs. You see, this thing saves me. So it's going to be Wills with a runner on first. Maury Wills. Pitch from Seaver. That's on Maury's card. And a single, 1-8. It's in a 2. That's a base hit. Runner stops at second base. So we got first and second. So Seaver can go 8. So he's still good, but he's struggling a little bit here. Gave up a home run, a walk, 2 outs, and then a single that puts runners on first and second. So that's a Wills single. And that's going to bring up Gary Sutherland. Sutherland today is 1 for 3, batting .333. So Seaver checks in with Grote. Sets some deals, and that's going to be a 3 again. It's off the batter, a 3 and a 5, and that's bounced to second base. Boswell will take it, and that's a force out 5. Fielder's choice 5, and that retires the side. So 1 run to tie the ball game up. The home run, the leadoff home run by John Bateman on 2 hits, and it's 1-1. Fielder's choice. I think I gave it to the shortstop. Yep, there it is. Unassisted. 6 unassisted. Okay. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be Cranepool coming up against Mudcat. Mudcat is already in his point of weakness. So you tell me in the comments if if I'm playing the rules wrong. I won't mind at all. So I won't get angry, I won't get mad, I won't delete you or curse you out or ban you or all that fun stuff that happens on social media. So if I'm missing something, please let me know, because I know a lot of people like to do that and sometimes they hold back. Here's Steady Eddie Crane Pool. Pitch from Mudcat Grant with a 3 and a 5, and that's going to be ball 4, so Crane Pool walks. It's three in a row, I think, or 4 consecutive in 2 innings, I believe. Or is it? Yeah, it's 4 consecutive in 2 innings, or not consecutive, but 4 runners reaching in 2 innings. So that's one thing that I'm watching out for. So here's Jerry Grote. And you know what? We're going to bunt here. Grote, what kind of bunter? He's a B bunter. And we roll the 9. He's a B bunter and a 9. And batter is thrown out by third baseman, so it's a good sacrifice to the third baseman, 5-4. Going to second is Crane Pool and Buddy Harrelson now. That's a walk to Crane Pool and then a sacrifice. And it's Harrelson, who's a switch hitter. Against Mudcat, he is batting from the left side. There's a pitch from Mudcat. And that is off Mudcat, a 5 and a 7, and that's going to be a 1-5 single, and that's a base hit single, but the runner will hold. It's only got a 1 asterisk there, so it's a single, and they hold up Crane Pool at third base. And that's going to bring up Tom Terrific here in the bottom of the 7th. So one more, and we got to pull Mudcat Grant. We're trying to hold off on pulling him. And Tom Terrific with first and third, and we're gonna let him swing away. He's got a. Here goes. That's going to be a 5. Seaver's a right-handed hitter, a 5 and a 5, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field. And that's going to be deep enough for Crane Pool to tag up. So Seaver comes up big with an RBI sac fly, and the Mets have taken a 2-1 lead. And 2 outs now, and up comes Tommy Agee. Agee's 1 for 3 today. Here's a pitch from Mudcat. Mudcat with a 2 and a 6, and a 2 and a 6 is going to be a 1. Oh, it's going to be struck him out. Got him with the curveball. Great pitch by Mudcat Grant. And but the Mets pick up a big run, and they now lead at 2-1 going into the top of the 8th inning. So it's getting to the exciting part of the game. It's a close game, and it's going to be Rusty Staub leading it off. Here's a pitch from Terrific. I'm pushing for both these pitchers to go the distance. That's a 6 and a 7. That'll be off Seaver against a lefty, and that's going to be a strikeout. So Rusty strikes out for the 2nd time against Tom Terrific. My golly, he is terrific. What a pitcher the Mets have. Hopefully he'll stay here his whole career. And Mac Jones is up next. He's a lefty hitter. That's going to be a 4 and a 3, and that is a ballpark single, and it will not be a single. It'll be a line out to the 2nd baseman. It's 1-6 for the single, 1-9 for the home run. Here's Bob Bailey now, and we'll double check that. I got a sheet here for a lot of stuff. You gotta have a lot of stuff for Strat-O-Matic at 1-6, and for home runs it's 1-9 from both sides. And here comes Bob Bailey. Let's see, did I miss Staub, K, and then the L4. So here's Bob Bailey. So there's no point in doing this if I don't update, because then you can't see the batter. And here's a pitch to Bob Bailey from Seaver. That's a 2 and a 9, and that'll be a strikeout. So Seaver picks up 2 Ks in this inning. Seems he's getting stronger as the game goes on. And here come the Mets and Mudcat Grant. We're trying to keep Mudcat Grant in there, but he did give up 2 base runners last inning, so he may get pulled in this inning. We'll see what happens. Probably one of the better fatigue systems. I really like this fatigue system. And Rod Gasper, pitch from Mudcat Grant. That's a 2 and a 5, and that'll be a ground ball. Second base. Second baseman Sutherland throws out Gasper. 1 down. Kenny Boswell now at 3 and a 5. And a 5. That's going to be a drive into the corner. And trouble for the right fielder Staub. Around second is Boswell. The relay from Sutherland, the tag by LeBoy, not in time. Boswell with a 1-out triple. So the Mets have another potential run and a insurance run 90 feet away, which is good stuff for the Mets. And it's going to be Cleon Jones. He's probably the best hitter the Mets have. So Boswell picks up a triple on the 3-5, and we'll double check that. I like to double check those big plays like that. So it's a 3-5 and it's a triple because we roll a 9. The 1 to 9 splits triple. And here comes Cleon Jones. Now, we would normally not. We still don't have to pull him because it's 4 base runners in 2 innings. He's only allowed 3, so he's still good. And intentional walks don't count, so we're going to walk. Intentionally walk probably the best hitter the Mets have, and that's going to bring up Ed Charles. Infield's going to be halfway. It's going to be in at the corners, halfway up the middle for the double play, and that's a 1 and a 6. Ed Charles, a 1 and a 6 is ball 4, and that's going to be it. That's going to be it for Mudcat. He walks Charles, and that's going to bring out the manager, and he's going to get the hook. Grant gets the hook, and we're going to go and see who we got in the bullpen. Remember, this is Strat-O-Matic, so you don't get everybody, so you got to kind of go with the main guys. Let's see who I got here in the bullpen. That's the Mets team. Let me see if I can find out. And here is the... I got these cool envelopes. I got all this set in these cool envelopes. You can see that. Or I had them for a long time. I never got rid of them. And I got 69 again. This time I'm going to keep it. I had it about 3 or 4 times. So you got McGinn and Simbera. Shaw. Let me see if I can find Don Shaw. See how Don Shaw, he's at the top. Alright, so we're going to bring in Don Shaw. Going to write him in. D. Shaw. And he's a lefty. Do I want to bring in a lefty? Probably not. So I take that back. Let me see if I can bring in Simbera. Let's see. Tricky. The thing here is you got to put all the pitchers with the pitchers and the batters with the batters. There he is. We're going to bring in Simbera. I take that back. I got the name wrong. So Simbera is going to come in. And we're going to fix that quickly here. Pitcher Simbera. And he will be facing... Oh, wait. He's facing Krampel. Oops. So he's facing Krampel. So we are bringing in Shaw. After all, you're probably saying, why, this guy, what the hell is he doing? Okay, so Shaw is in there. And he will, I thought he was facing, I never changed the card. I thought he was facing Ed Charles, but Ed Charles walked. And I think I wrote that in up here. So it's Shaw coming in, facing Kranepool, but what's going to happen now is the Mets are going to pinch hit for Kranepool because Kranepool does not hit against lefties, and we're going to bring in Kranepool's at first. Oh, do we have anybody play first? J.C. Martin could play first, but he's a. So we'll bring in Swoboda to pinch hit, and then we're gonna have to pull whatever we got to pull. I think Cleon Jones can probably play first base as well. Let me check that. Cleon Jones. I think Cleon Jones played some first base. Yes, he did. Okay, so he can play first base, and we'll put Swoboda out there in right field. All right, got a lot going on here, so we're gonna bring in Swoboda to hit. You know what? I can even go over here and pause it. Oh, okay, I'm back. Wasn't sure how to do that. Okay, so Swoboda's going to pinch hit for Kranepool. Pinch hitter, and then he'll play left field. And we're going to get Cleon Jones to move to first base. So Swoboda versus Shaw. Let's see what happens. Runner bases loaded here for the Mets. They got one out, and Boswell's at third. Jones is at second, and Ed Charles is at first. Here's a pitch. 2-1 Mets, by the way. That's a 1 and a 3. Swoboda against a lefty, a 1 and a 3, and that's a diamond shot, and that's a deep drive, and this, my friends, is way back into the parking lot, and it's a grand slam home run for Ron Swoboda. Yikes. So all those moves backfired for the Expos, and he drives in 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3 to 6, picks up 4 RBIs. And wow. So Ron Swoboda comes in and hits a grand salami against a lefty. He's got a star shot there, and it's 1-9, and that 5 that you're seeing is a home run. And let's put that up here. The Mets and the crowd at Shea is exuberant. 6-1 Mets, and up comes Jerry Grote. 69 Mets. Where were you in 1969? I was sucking my thumb. And here's Jerry Grote. So Shaw disappoints, and that's a 4. So it's Shaw with a 4 and a 4 and a 4, and that's a ground ball third base. Third base LeBoy. Let's see if he makes the play. That's a 4. He's a 4.827, so I don't think he's going to make that play, to be honest with you. But we will check. Third baseman of 4, because that's a pretty low number. Remember, I'm not an everyday Strat-O-Matic player. I really enjoy playing Strat-O-Matic. It's just not. I like games with all the players, and I know you can get them for Strat-O-Matic, but it's a lot of work. It's going to be a ball that's hit down the line, and LeBoy dives for it, but it's past him. That's going to be a double. So it's a 1-out double. The Mets continue to hit for Jerry Grote. Doubles down the line, pulls one hard, and past LeBoy, the diving LeBoy into left field. Jones plays it in the corner and gets it into second base. Sutherland with the late tag on Grote, who does not run particularly well. Here is Buddy Harrelson. 6-1 Mets. Mets have really pounded the Expos here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mets have 6 runs on 9 hits and no errors. Here's the pitch to Harrelson, and that's going to be off the pitcher card. He's batting from the right side. It's going to be a 4 and a 7, and that is going to be ball 4. Yikes. And his he's a 0, so that's going to be. Oh, that's if I think that's his second numbers if he's pitching for a save. Shaw. His first one is a 4, so he's still good, I believe. If he's closing, he's a 0. But he's not closing here, so he's a 4 in relief. All right, so we're going to keep him in there. So base on balls to Harrelson. And that's going to bring up Tom Terrific. And Tom Terrific is just going to lay one down here. He is a B bunter. We roll a 4 for a B bunter. We're going to move him down to a C because they know he's bunting. Batter thrown out by pitcher. Runners advance 1 base. Okay, so it's going to be bunted nicely. And the pitcher has to hurry off the mound to pick it up. It's a 1-4 sacrifice. That's going to put runners on second and third. So Seaver comes through and does his job properly. And that's going to bring up Tommy Agee with second and third and 2 outs. And we're going to just go to... I'm going to bring in Simbera because I'm just frustrated at this point. Let's see, Simbera's... I already had him out, I believe. Yep, Carol Simbera is going to come out. He's going to pitch to the righty. And he gave up 2 hits, a walk, and made it so .1, 2 hits and a walk, leaves with 2 men on base, and Simbera comes in to face Tommy Agee. So let's change him Simbera. Let's go to Simbera, click on it. He's in. And here's a pitch. And that's a 1. It's going to be off Tommy Agee. Simbera, of course, is a righty this time. And a 6. And that's going to be a drive and line base hit. And 2 runs will come in. 2 RBIs for Tommy Agee. Drives in number 7 and number 8. Oop, sorry about that. And now we're going to go to the next column because we batted around. So we got to use the next column now. And here's Rod Gasper. Gasper's a switch hitter. And that's going to be a 4 this time. He's batting lefty, and a 7, and that's going to be bounced to first base. Beetle Bailey picks it up, steps on the bag, and that finally retires the side. Yikes. Mets pick up 6 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. They lead it 8-1. And it's going to be Seaver trying to finish this game in the 9th inning. John Bateman leading off. John Bateman 2 for 3, a home run and a single. Here's a pitch from Terrific. Terrific has been terrific today. Let's look at the box score so far. Terrific. 8 innings, 7 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 32 batters faced. All right, that's going to be a 2 and a 6 against a righty, and that's bounced to the shortstop, Harrelson, who scoops it up and throws over to first to Cleon Jones, who's playing first base now. 1 away, 6-3 if you're scoring at home. It's Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. Hope you enjoyed the presentation using our new format where you can see a little bit more and keep track of the game a little bit more closely. I try to get everything as large as I could, and hopefully it's you know, more easily visible, so you can keep track of the hits and the runs and the inning and all that fun, the score and all that other stuff. And you can see the batters. LeBoy, Bateman grounded out, and LeBoy is up. You can see that here's a pitch from Tom Terrific. That's off Tom Terrific. LeBoy's a righty, and that's a 5. So it's a 4-5, and that's going to be bounced to third. Ed Charles over to first, and that's 2 away. So Cleon Jones with a nice scoop over there. Normally a left fielder, but he's playing first base here because they pinch hit for Eddie Kranepool. Ron Swoboda came in and hit a grand salami by Ron Swoboda as a pinch hitter in the bottom of the 8th inning against Don Shaw. It was the first batter Don Shaw faced, the lefty. So here's Don Hahn, and we're going to let Don Hahn bat because they don't know how bad he is just yet. But he is terrible. He's 0 for 3. You know what? We're going to pinch hit for Don Hahn. Bring in a lefty. Going to bring in Klein. Let's see if we have Klein. All right, so it is Ty Klein. And he's going to come in, pinch hitter for Don Hahn, who's 0 for 3. So the Expos are down to their last out. They're down 8-1. The big hit was the grand slam in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pinch hit grand slam by Ron Swoboda. And it's Ty Klein, pinch hitting. And then here's Tom Terrific with the pitch. That's going to be a 3 against a righty, and a 3 is a base hit. So he lines one to center field here. And we're going to get another pinch hitter for Sembera. It's going to be Ron Brand coming in. Alright, and Seaver checks in with Grote for the sign. And then you have Ron Brand coming in. Seaver checks Grote for the sign. He sets and deals. Here's the pitch, and that's a 6, so that will be off of Seaver. A 6 and an 11. And against a righty, and that's going to be a fly ball, right field X. Right field is Gaspar. Gaspar is a right fielder 2E6. 2E6. E6, and we rolled a 16, and that's a drive to the opposite field. Let's get a first baseman here. Cleon Jones is at first base, and then Ron Swoboda is going to be out here. Should have done that last inning. I didn't check. Well, oh yeah, no, I needed to do it this inning, and I just did it, so that's okay. All right, so it's a drive to right in the gap. Running it down is Gaspar, and that's the ball game. So Seaver wins it. And in that bottom of the 8th inning, it was 6 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. The big hit being the grand slam. No runs, 1 hit in the top of the 9th. And Brad flies out to right to end the ball game. So Tom Seaver with the victory, and it's going to be 8-1 the final. Oh, put it there. 8-1. Here it is. 8-1 with 8 hits and no errors. 1 run, 8 hits, no errors for the Expos. 8 hits, 8 runs, 10 hits, and no errors for the Mets. Tom Seaver was excellent today, as usual. He went 9, 8, probably one of the top 5 pitchers in baseball history. And not comparing errors, I don't compare the 1901 pitcher to the 1970s pitcher. And he also pitched in the 80s, not as well, but he was already a little bit past his prime. And batters faced, 36 batters faced, and he picks up the win. So he's 1-0. Tom Terrific. Grant's going to take the loss. He's 0-1. This is opening day 1969. I just got this set, traded for it. for a 1984 replay set. Hard to find. And that's about it, guys. So I will see you soon. This is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope it came out okay, and I don't have to delete it because I've been working on this new setup for a couple of days. I hope it's easier for you to see and follow. Remember to join Universal Baseball Association Facebook group. And thanks for watching. I will see you soon.